Hello, my name is Bethany Stahl, and I am a full-time author and illustrator. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Here I share all things self-publishing, so if that interests you, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're looking for more self-publishing content, go over to patreon.com/Bethany Stahl, where I share additional tips, tricks, documents, and behind-the-scenes video to help you flourish on your self-publishing journey. Today, I'm going to be talking about the difference between KDP and IngramSpark. First, let's talk about Pod. Both of these options are print on demand or Pod. Print on demand is when you do not have to ever carry stock for your book. When someone orders your book from an online retailer, the printer will be notified and they will then print a fresh copy and ship it to your reader. The perks to print on demand is you are not the one storing your books, maintaining stock, shipping, or dealing with returns. It is an automated system and it's wonderful for passive income. Second, let's talk about ease of use. In my opinion, as well as the opinion of many authors, KDP is more user-friendly on the back end. Their user interface is cleaner and easier to navigate than IngramSpark's. However, once you get used to IngramSpark, it isn't too complicated. If you are having trouble uploading your book to either KDP or IngramSpark, check the description or the pop-up on your screen to watch videos on how to upload and publish your book on both platforms. Now let's talk about where do your books sell. So KDP will show your books for sale on Amazon. If you choose expanded distribution with KDP, they will then sell your book on additional online retailers. With IngramSpark, they do not have a store page or a direct link to buy their book. They are purely a distributor. What this means is they're a back-end system that sells through various online retailers, such as Amazon, and is preferable to retailers who may want to order in bulk or avoid ordering from Amazon. Also, to answer a FAQ I get a lot, IngramSpark does not stock your book in bookstores. Many of you have asked me if when you publish your books on IngramSpark, will they automatically have a beautiful setup in the front lobby of every single bookstore you walk into across the world? No, that's not how it works, although that would be amazing. But they are just an ordering system and they are a distributor. So you are still the one responsible for selling and marketing your own books. They are not going to sell your book for you. Now let's talk about the print and upload cost. First, I do want to say IngramSpark, as of a few days ago, has raised their printing price again, this time by 6%. Their rising rates has been a trend with the company lately, and there are not any new services to justify the increase. Of course, this is a hard time on the world, and that is why they are justifying their own price increases. But for users like us, it seems really inconvenient, and it is now affecting our profits. On KDP, it is free to publish and upload a book, whereas IngramSpark does charge a fee. It is currently $50 to upload and $25 for each revision per interior and cover. So if you revise both the interior and cover, that's another $50, which can get incredibly costly. Also this year, they have announced that they are going to stop doing coupon codes, which has been really significant for many self-published authors. In terms of shipping, it will vary between the two depending on your location and how many books you order and how heavy the package is. KDP does always have tracking with their books. However, IngramSpark's cheapest option does not have tracking, and they are not responsible if your package gets lost or it never even comes. Luckily, I've never had my package lost on that option, so I have used that every single time, but that is a really big risk. So in terms of print costs, I'm just going to go ahead and use a children's book like mine in these examples, just so we can have a little bit of an idea. But obviously, this will change depending on your options, how many pages you have, color, if it's a novel, if it's a children's book. So keep that in mind. If you're ordering from KDP with a 32-page paperback color children's book, it is about $3.65 plus shipping and handling. With IngramSpark, their premium paperback is $4.12 plus shipping and handling, and their premium hardcover is $8.88 plus shipping and handling. Now, I am only giving prices in this scenario for their premium IngramSpark options, and for their premium options, I am just saying their thickest page and their best color. Why I am doing that is because if you're doing a children's book, that is the most comparable to KDP's print quality, as we will see a little bit later. So overall, KDP is cheaper to print them and stock them yourself. Let's talk about our profits. Of course, the more you charge, the more you're going to profit, and the less you charge, the less you're going to profit. Aside from that basic concept, for the minimum price you need to charge, you have to at least be covering your base cost. This includes money to pay yourself, pay for advertising, and pay for any costs associated with the book, from editing, illustrating, formatting, and printing, any other costs you may ensue with that. So when you look at what you need to cover, keep that in mind. Also, please keep in mind that books add up over time, and you won't be making a handful of cash with every single unit sold. The key with books is to see big profits when selling a lot of units. So if you're only profiting cents in each of these different areas, that's okay. Make a goal of how many books you realistically want to sell, and then try and base it from there. Obviously, you're not going to pay off your illustrator with the first 3 books sold. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out your price. The key with books is selling in bulk. IngramSpark does have an option for a wholesale discount. This is going to be where you decide how much you get paid per book. You can discount it from 30% to 55%. Obviously, retailers are going to prefer the highest discount available, because the lower cost for them, the better they have to make their own profits off of your book. I currently have my books around 45% to keep them on par with the profits you're going to make from KDP, but overall, if you use the recommended settings, you're going to make more profits with KDP. Now it's time to talk about color and print quality. This is the section I know all of you are waiting for, so let's get into it. Let's start with KDP paperbacks compared to IngramSpark paperbacks. In terms of the cover, there is a minor difference of cover quality. It really only shows with a slight dullness in the color that IngramSpark has. In terms of the quality, they are nearly the exact same. Now, between IngramSpark's paperbacks and hardcovers, their interiors are going to be the exact same, and I do like the quality of the hardcover cover. So now let's look at interior color differences. I have a KDP paperback with their premium color, which is what you will also have if your book is under 100 pages. And with IngramSpark, I have a hardcover with premium color on 70-pound pages, which is all of their upgrades. Between the two, the color is slightly different, but you can still notice that KDP has more vibrancy to the colors, and also the illustrations look more crisp. And in this book, which is Save the Butterflies, you can also notice this in the wings of the butterfly. It is more crisp on the edge. And in terms of vibrancy, you can notice this in the reds of her shirt. And everything looks slightly hazy with IngramSpark, whereas in KDP it looks crystal clear. And that is the one that is most true to the color on my screen. In terms of how the pages feel, KDP feels a bit glossy and it shines in the light. Even though their pages are not treated with any gloss, I do like the printed appearance that they have. And with IngramSpark, the pages are softer and matte feeling. The upgraded version is nice, but overall, I think I still prefer KDP. Now let's look at a book from IngramSpark without any upgrades. So this is going to be their standard color and their 50-pound pages. Honestly, I'm embarrassed to even show you how poor their page quality is. You can see rippling in the pages from the ink being too much to absorb into the page, and the dullness in the color is really noticeable on some of these prints. There is even a lot of streaking and leaving sputters in some of the places, which isn't okay in any circumstance. In no circumstance do I recommend using their 50-pound paper with a children's book. That being said, IngramSpark isn't bad for novels. We are just talking about color pages. And we will showcase a comparison on novels in the near future. And I think that is where IngramSpark was originally designed for. I just don't think they're as well suited to do children's books at this point. Overall, I do recommend KDP, and I personally have been in the process of trying to remove my paperbacks from expanded distribution on IngramSpark and move them to expanded distribution with KDP and be exclusive with KDP for the paperbacks. I have been in that process over the past 344 days, but who's counting? And lastly, I do want to talk about additional perks. Publishing on KDP gives you the opportunity to use AMS, or Amazon Marketing Services, which I have extensive tutorials on how to use. This is a great perk and will allow you to ultimately sell more books over time because it is one of my favorite ways to advertise my own books. You are also enabled to list your book in additional categories by using KDP, and using KDP does give you the ability to create A+ content for your book, which I do have a full hour-long tutorial on how to create on my Patreon page, and then we do workshops on my Patreon page to go over creating that content together. So who wins? I think you all know for children's books, I do recommend KDP. You can use both KDP and IngramSpark together, which is what I have done for the past 3 years. However, with recent changes in pricing with IngramSpark and no improvement on customer service or print quality, I have been transitioning over to KDP. Now, just because this is what I am doing doesn't mean that is the right choice. With self-publishing, I truly believe there isn't a right choice or a wrong choice since all of our goals and journeys are so different. There may be a time when I move titles back to IngramSpark or I use IngramSpark exclusively. I do want to encourage all of you to compare your options and choose what is best for you. But I will warn you, it has been a battle to transfer my titles back over from one company to another, so if you do make a choice, I'd recommend sticking to it for as long as possible. The best thing I can recommend is upload to both platforms, grab a proof from each, and see for yourself which one you prefer, which platform did you enjoy uploading on, whose customer service do you prefer more, and if it's both, use both. You can put both a paperback on IngramSpark and KDP with the same ISBN. The only thing you need to do is make sure you uncheck expanded distribution from KDP and make sure each version is always identical. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if it has helped, to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. If you are looking for more information, go over to bethanystall.com/classes. Here, I have organized all of the information I have covered so far on YouTube and Patreon and any other sources all into one database. Now, you can search through these sections and find answers to all of the questions you have about self-publishing. Here, you can access behind-the-scenes courses, videos, files, documents, templates, contracts, behind-the-scenes tips and tricks, and additional documents and information, all right here. A lot of it is free, some of it is exclusive to my Patreon squad, which I highly encourage all of you to check out if you are looking to learn even more. I hope this database helps you answer any questions you may have about self-publishing, and don't forget, if this video has helped or any of my resources have helped, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with an author friend. I will see you all next time. Happy publishing.